What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bet I'll try through and shoot right out through my heart. Just thinking of you, you know I've loved you from the start.
Hello, 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 y'all. Welcome. Welcome. Channel point rewards are live. Hey, Tomwell. Hello, Sheb. Long time no see. Totally hasn't just been 5 hours. Yeah, okay. Dramatic tension is not working. We will finish that up. That will actually be the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to finish up these. I'm going to get you your points back, Shem. We're going to finish up dramatic tension and tangent alert channel point rewards. And then we're going to work on hosting our script on a Raspberry Pi that for some reason I couldn't get to boot testing just now. So I think I might need to get a different power supply for it. I was trying to just use my phone charger a la Raspberry Pi from the days of yore, but a Raspberry Pi 4 might need a little bit more oomph than that. I will need to switch cameras because the camera that I currently use, this one that has like all of the bells and whistles, uses the same like HDMI capture card that I would use to capture the Pi. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to start with finishing up those 2 channel point rewards. That shouldn't take too long. And then we're going to jump into, we're going to flash a new version of Raspbian onto this Pi. I'm going to hook it up to the stream and we're going to set it up to both clone the GitHub repo and then automatically run that script every time that the Pi boots and just have it connected to my Wi-Fi. And then I can just plug this in, have it sit in a drawer somewhere, and it'll act as a very like low power server that should run our script. You got the pro streamer set up. Nice. It's like pro adjacent. I would say it is like amateur professional. There are some pro streamers who have like beautiful stream setups that I'm like really envious of, where they have like multiple cameras around like a dedicated room so that they can like switch to a different one. So that like, I'm blanking on the person who does this. It's the same person who does Stream Beats. Let me check. Harris Heller. Harris Heller has a camera that is like behind him so that when I just have like that timer going, he will have like the camera behind him. So it is like you are in the room, like looking down upon him while it's starting. It's very fun. But yeah, I'm happy with it. A nice camera, a nice microphone. It makes this a lot more fun and just honestly a lot easier. especially the microphone. That just I point this at me and I know that I will sound okay. Not the best, not the worst, okay. I'm also realizing, oh my god, I have such dark circles. It's almost like when I'm talking more about my camera, I'm looking more at myself. I mean, I'm not surprised. Do I stream outside of Hack Week? Occasionally, yes. I streamed an extra stream last month on MATLAB, and I am hoping to do so more. I'm in conversations with different MLHers about how to stream more frequently. And I've also thought about streaming personally, but I haven't figured out a way to make that actually work for like how to have that make sense in my life. But it is something that I've continually thought about. Hello, Maze Runner. Hello, Ratij Jindal. Sorry if I butcher anyone's usernames. we're going to switch to screen share here, and I'm going to finish the work that we were doing on creating our dramatic tension. Okay. So we downloaded it, but we did not create the reward. So this is just finishing up what we were working on earlier today, which was channel point rewards, which are only available on my stream. But you can redeem channel points, which you get just by watching the stream, to have sound effects play. And we found a, like, let me see if I can find it. It's like a stock, like, tension, scary sound that's used a lot in reality TV and horror movies. No. Here we go. So now with this, I can totally type. Great. Now if I do this and we give it a sec, theoretically now, I can do this. And we get the sitcom dramatic tension noise. So that one's now working. The last one was our tangent alarm, which is, for those of you who've been to my streams before, you know this. For those of you who have not, you might not. I go on tangents pretty frequently, where I just like to talk with y'all in chat and talk about a whole bunch of different things that might not actually relate to the topic of the stream. So we agreed that we would create a tangent alarm sound effect that you could redeem, or that I could redeem whenever we're about to go on a tangent. So we used a text-to-speech through 11 labs to get this reading right here. Let me make sure that y'all can hear this. Great, okay. Now if I drag this onto the timeline. Oh. Y'all might not be able to hear it while I'm editing it. It might be a surprise. Because if I do this. Oh. Why can I not hear this? What if I were to just do... Stream audio is always a wild thing. You have to set it to your MacBook Pro speakers. So this is the software that I use for audio mixing for the live stream. And I have it separated out by application. So you can see my microphone here. That's what you set it to. Okay. So I have my audio out to MacBook Pro speakers. DaVinci Resolve preferences. Output device, MacBook Pro speakers. Let me just try restarting it and see if this helps. If not, we might leave Tangent Alert to another day. I'm not going to let this go past 4:30 because I do want to work on the Raspberry Pi stuff. But I do think that this is a very fun and important addition to the stream. So that settles it. No tangential streams. What I'm just going to do is I'm switching where my mic... Oh, this is so wild. Okay, so now my headphones are in on the computer. So I can't hear stream audio, but I might be able to. Why can I still not hear anything? I know it's running. Oh golly, DaVinci Resolve. Okay, y'all should be able to hear me again now. Okay, stream audio is back. That is not working. I'm just going to do a quick Google, and then we might switch over. This stupid pattern. Never mind, I figured it out. Okay. Whenever I use Resolve, I have it set in settings to wavelength system. I know that this is probably riveting. Yeah, okay. I will edit this audio off stream. And just make sure... Okay, we do not have it. With that, we get back to actually the topic of the stream. There's a certain irony to not being able to make the tangent alert during a tangent. But, welcome, y'all, to our stream where we are going to be hosting a Python script on a Raspberry Pi. Now, the history behind this is during Cloud Month, or Cloud Week, in the month of December, the big project that I was working on was a tool to capture every single chat that contains a link that is put in chat by an MLHer. Hello, Pharaoh. So that whenever a resource or a check-in link or anything is dropped in chat, you have access to it in a third-party place other than Twitch chat, which disappears. Hey, Green Yoshi, everyone's showing up now. Welcome. So the idea is we created a bot that would sit in Twitch chat, and then it would listen to all the messages, and it would, if there was a link that was from an MLHer, then it would add it using the Google Sheets API to a Google Sheet that we could make public facing. The only problem was that I wrote this to be a desktop script that ran constantly, and there aren't many, if any, cloud service providers that allow you to run something constantly on the cloud. They're all designed for it to be where you run like short-term on-function call sort of setups. But this wasn't meant to have a front end. So what we're doing today is we're setting up a Raspberry Pi to act as that server ourselves. And I have a Raspberry Pi 4 here that I won at a hackathon at one point. And I have an SD card that I've just put into my computer. And then, hey Shrey, welcome. We are going to start by flashing that SD card using the Raspberry Pi flashing tool, which is so good. Let me double check that I have it installed. Yes, I do have the Raspberry Pi imager installed. We're starting with that, and then I'm going to switch it over so that... Oh, goodness. There we go. So then once this is flashing, we have an OS on this. So I'm going to get this running, and then Tomwell, I will describe how the Pi acts as a server. So first, we're going to choose an operating system. And we are going to choose Raspberry Pi OS 64-bit. Choose storage. Hey, oh look, we have the SD card. And then I click write. It's as simple as that. It finds... It automatically finds and downloads the image and writes it to your flash or your storage, in this case an SD card, for you. Love the Raspberry Pi imager. While this is imaging, how the Pi acts as a server. So, in essence, a Raspberry Pi, if I take off the case, this is the Raspberry Pi. Oh, that's not going to autofocus. That's going to be imaging in the background. This is a Raspberry Pi. So it is just a small computer with a bunch of ports and some processing. In this case, I believe it is 4 gigabytes of RAM. It is a couple gigs of RAM. a good enough ARM processor. It's a Model 4B. And it's very cool for hardware hacks because, oh goodness, this is where autofocus would be nice. Oh wait, I can theoretically, hey, I know how to use a camera. Okay. So this right here, or at least one of these, wait. Okay. This right here, oh, this is hard to do reversed. That port right there is a display connection, and this one right there is a webcam connection that are over ribbon cables. And then we also have two micro HDMIs for our display outs, and we have a USB-C for power in. And then we have all of these GPIO pins along the top, which are programmable. So if you're doing a hardware hack, I said if you're doing a hardware hack. So here's the thing, if I do this, it's able to focus in a second, but it cannot focus on my face. I always need to manually focus on my face. Anyway. Oh, if you're doing a hardware hack, that's incredibly useful. And then it also has an Ethernet port on it. So if you are using it to run things that require an intensive internet connection, you can have a stable, fast internet connection. So that's what a Raspberry Pi is. How does it act as a server? In essence, we just install a fork of Linux on it, and then we can run whatever we want on that. In this case, we are going to be running our Python script. So describing it as a server is basically just in the sense that, like, it is a computer that is running all the time, that is running code. In this case, we'll just have it running the script. You can also have many different things that Raspberry Pis run. I have a link that is basically a whole bunch of different uses that you can use Raspberry Pi for as a server, including like it acting as like a media streaming device, as in like you put local media files on it and it streams them to your other devices. So you can like create a self-hosted version of Spotify basically. You can set it up as a DNS server. For those of you who don't know, DS, the domain name system, I believe. It might be naming system. Anyway, it takes the URL that you type in words like google.com and it converts it to the IP address. So it is an essential part of interacting with the internet, and you can set up your Raspberry Pi to be your own DNS server, both for like privacy and control and all of these reasons. And also, because if you set it up as your own DNS server, you can just make no ads connect. So you can just bypass all ads on like a lower protocol level than anyone will be able to detect. Ads just won't be able to find where they need to go. They won't find the correct servers to load the images, all that jazz. And that's called a Pi hole. You can also set up a Raspberry Pi to act as a VPN, as in you connect to your Raspberry Pi and it acts as a VPN so that all of your network traffic goes through your Raspberry Pi onto your home network and back out into the internet. So it is as if you're always on your home network. So that is a use of our Raspberry Pi as well. Also, thank you for the follow, WurzH. Those are a whole bunch of uses. I want an M5 Go IoT starter kit. Is that similar to your Raspberry Pi? Let's take a look. We don't need any of these anymore. Great. Okay. M5 Go IoT starter kit. Did you win it at an MLH event? Online hackathon. Okay. Okay, so it says fully. Okay. So I would say here, yes, and. It is more similar to an Arduino than it is a Raspberry Pi. And you might be wondering, what is the difference between an Arduino and a Raspberry Pi? In essence, a Raspberry Pi is trying to be a tiny computer that does everything a computer does. You'll see when this finishes flashing, we'll have a UI, we'll be able to browse the web, edit photos, do whatever we need to. An Arduino is trying to act as a single hardware chip in a larger system, is the way that I would talk about it. So in this case, this acts on like a lower level. You'll notice the difference in that it has like 16 megabytes of flash, where the SD card that I'm putting into the Pi has 32 gigs. It talks about the fact that it has like 2 low power processors with 240 megahertz. Like it is incredibly useful for creating hardware hacks like this one. Arduino is useful as a microcontroller. Yes. So, and in this case, using it as a microcontroller means controlling other things. Duh. I was beating around the bush there. Microcontroller is the right word for it. So yeah, this is more microcontroller than tiny computer. Also, Raspberry Pi are expensive. They aren't supposed to be. That's the thing. Let's take a look here. Raspberry. I would also just like to say that the Raspberry Pi Foundation has done some things that are questionable in terms of their like corporate ethics. Let's take a look at the 4 Model B, which is what we currently have. See, it says from $35. They're supposed to be cheap. But you might notice here. Okay. Hey, okay, this might actually work. The board that I'm using is $55. I got the starter kit. I won this at a hackathon. So it would cost you, I believe, $120. No, I did not get a starter kit. This is more involved than what I got. So I basically just got, you can just get the board and a charger and an SD card. So yes, they are not cheap. There are also like other competitors. There's like Orange Pi. Oh my goodness, that's so expensive. Okay, there are theoretically competitors. The idea is just to use like a small computer that like you can throw in a drawer plugged in and it won't use that much power and it'll be able to run your code. So that is kind of the idea of what I'm using a Raspberry Pi for. People use them for all sorts of things. If you've ever seen one of those smart mirror projects, that's probably running on a Raspberry Pi. Some people use Raspberry Pis as their main computers. I personally am too much of a power user in terms of like live streaming, photo and video editing. The 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte versions are officially sold for $60 and $80, respectively, $5 more than the Raspberry Pi 4B. Hey, cool. And supposedly the 5's a lot faster than the 4. So if you can get one officially at that price, it's a pretty good deal. Now we just get to watch a loading bar slowly count up. Actually, while this is loading, I can answer questions that you have in chat. And I'm also going to open up Audacity. No, I can't edit in Audacity because I don't know Audacity well enough. Okay. I'll try to win at a hackathon. I mean, yeah. I own 2 Raspberry Pis, both of which I've gotten through programming competitions. Can you also do video editing? Also the small motherboard. I'm sure that someone out there can. I do not think it would be a good experience. I do want to say that the idea that you need to have a super powerful computer to do video editing is false. That there are ways of doing video editing no matter what the computer that you have is, even if it is just your phone. But I do think that buying a Raspberry Pi for the idea of doing something like a Raspberry Pi can only run Linux and it can only run ARM-based pieces of software. So it could not run my editing program of choice, DaVinci Resolve. It could not run any of the Adobe products. It like is inherently limited in what it can run based on its operating system and its architecture. What I would say, if you are looking for a like computer to be able to do things like that, look at cheap used gaming laptops. Or build your own PC, of course, is always an option. But gaming laptops traditionally depreciate in value fairly quickly. And and have some pretty good specs in them. It won't be the nicest laptop by any means, but it is a way to get some like cheap, okay hardware. I say this though, that might be some like years old advice. The market might have changed at this point, because I have not been in the market for a computer in like 2-3 years. I need to learn that then. MongoDB is an incredible platform. Learning it is never a mistake. And it's similar enough to every other SQL-less. Are they called SQL-less? NoSQL? I think it's NoSQL. Yeah, it's similar enough to every other NoSQL database that it's a good thing to learn. An M1 Apple iMac Mini is able to run Resolve. Yeah, so many things can run Resolve, and I would recommend, like, M1 is very good at running video editing stuff. I'm on an M1 computer right now because, yeah, it is amazing for streaming. For those of you who came to some of my older streams, you might have known that there was always a very loud, annoying fan noise in the background because I was trying to stream off of a Dell XPS. Nothing against Dell necessarily, but it is not built for that. Whereas now, like, I can point my microphone directly at my laptop. And there's nothing. And I'm currently streaming and writing and doing all of these things, and it works. So, yep. Those are all things. I don't think that I am the be-all, end-all, and I think the best computer is the one that you have and the one that you can afford. Don't let anyone tell you that you need to have a super powerful computer. A lot of computer companies prey on computer science students, trying to upsell them that you need a very powerful computer. You don't. Computer science isn't that intensive, all things considered. It does help you with your build times and things like that. Like, it isn't not helpful, but it isn't essential. It's nice to have a computer that works for everything that you need it to do and that you actually enjoy interacting with. Because if you're going to spend tons of time on your computer, it should be something that you don't hate. So don't sacrifice your, like, wanting to actually or being able to actually use your laptop for the sake of getting a good laptop for computer science. Also, CUDA isn't supported with M1, yes, but DaVinci Resolve is very well optimized for macOS. That's almost its kind of preferred platform. And M1 has its own, like, video processing engines that's still good. If you're trying to do like 3D modeling, M1 isn't necessarily any better than that, and you could probably get cheaper like systems. There's a lot to this. All of this is to say the computer that you have is like, what is the phrase, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? The computer that you have is worth 2 computers in your Amazon cart that you can't afford. So we've now flashed that SD card, so I can take that out. I just have this little micro SD card. Ta-da! And then I'm just going to put that into the Pi. Oh, it's so annoying that this doesn't focus automatically on my face ever. Hey, it focused. The best computer is the one you have. So I'm just going to put that into the SD card slot. You can tell that I'm not used to streaming, like, to do with things like in the real world, because I don't have autofocus on, because I'm only ever doing my face. Ugh. You go in there. There's something charismatic about the blurred shot of dimmer. Is this artistic? Does it show that my like focus is not on my screen? Does it symbolize something? It's a tiny SD card. It really is. Micro SD is like a wonderful standard in that I can fit like a terabyte of storage into something that is like the size of my pinky. But also they are very tiny and you always need an adapter and they're very easy to lose. There we go. That's in. Give me 1 sec. I need to grab the power supply because I was just using my phone charger and I was like, my phone charger is powerful enough. It should handle this. It cannot. That light should turn on and it doesn't. It's not even trying to boot. So I need to get its charger. I will literally be right back. Okay, I have the charger in my hand. I now just need to plug it in to a place where it'll be able to reach up to my desk. So I need to go under my desk. Oh God. It is a little, oh no, I'm just gonna grab an extension cord. That'll make this easier. Riveting, high-octane content of me plugging in an extension cord. Okay. I wonder how the server will handle the emojis that it scrapes off the chat. So, we've already written the code for this last month. I can switch back to just talking now. We've already written the code for this, and it dealt with emojis fine. It just recognized them as Unicode characters. Please turn on. Hey, it turned on. Okay. Thinking. Yeah, it recognized them just as Unicode characters, so that was fine. And then we just ran it through a Python library that detects links. That being said, Pro Camera is going goodbye because I need to use that same mini HDMI and capture card on the Pi now, so you're gonna get my laptop webcam, which is not bad. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. Hey, that's the Raspberry Pi. Okay, now let me just... Let me just make some edits here. Oh goodness, okay. You get to watch things be changed in real time. Camera. Huh, it's mirrored, okay. Okay, we're just starting from scratch. Hello, welcome to my black void. In it, I am adding a Where's the source? Video capture device. That is the Raspberry Pi. And we're going to use the Piezo video. Hey, okay. That is no longer mirrored. Amazing. That doesn't look great, but it doesn't look awful. It could be worse. Okay. So we have that. And now I just need to add me. Hi, it's me. Welcome to another perspective on my space via my webcam that is this time not mirrored for some reason, which, as you can see, just looks weird. All of the light in this room is daylight balanced. I don't know why I look like this. But if I just do this, it's a little scuffed. Oh, I don't like looking at myself unmirrored. There we go. The world is back to normal. Alternate dimension, indeed. And then let me just throw chat up on here. Oh, along with, we need TTS. Great. You're getting to see me rebuild. Hey, and there's chat. I'll be honest, y'all don't look great. I should switch you to the chat that uses black text. Oh my goodness, they seriously both use white text? Who designed this? And the person who designed it is me. The real answer is, why did I design this? Let's... Okay, great. Hey, chat is less scuffed now. Great. Oh, goodness. Okay, good enough. Welcome to Raspberry Pi. Now, what I need to do is... There we go. Great, okay. I have now mirrored OBS onto my second monitor so I can see the Raspberry Pi. Great, okay. Things are working now. So, I now switch my mouse into pairing mode and it should automatically connect. Hey, I have a mouse. Okay. There's so much lag on this because it is going through a capture card and then through OBS to get to me. Oh, goodness. This will be slightly weird, but it'll be worth it. Okay. Okay. Now my keyboard should pair. Please. Hey, okay. We have keyboard and mouse with delay, but it'll be enough. Now we're just setting it up. Country, United States, American English, time zone. We are in Detroit. Oh, wow, you can really see the compression artifacts. Huh. Use US keyboard. Great. Next. Okay. A classic route and tour, which is very insecure, but this is just ever going to run on my local network. I just realized that if anyone were to use channel point rewards right now, they would not work because of the way that OBS works. So while this is creating my user, which is taking a really long time, that was one thing I did not budget into the time it takes the Raspberry Pi to do things. Oh. I believe in you, little pie. I do too. I don't know why this is taking so long. Oh. It just had an error that it wasn't showing me. Okay. Dimmer. Okay, golly. Okay, select Wi-Fi. We don't need Chromium where we're going. Will choosing Firefox affect the Google Doc? It will not, because we aren't even going to ever open the Google Doc on this. It's just ever using the API. Checking for updates. Also, channel points should now be working again. I really need to set up a better system for doing weird things. You might be able to tell that I've gotten used to the way the stream setup works. Oh. I will process that information in a sec. After stream. While we're waiting... Sorry, I keep trying to use my mouse to control my Mac. Okay. Let me grab the link that I have. This is an article that talks about basically a whole bunch of category or a bunch of projects that you can use that use the Raspberry Pi as a server. So we're doing this to run a Python script that we made, but you can also do a lot more than what we are doing. Oh my goodness, this is so weird controlling a different computer with these same peripherals. It's breaking my brain. So that is a very, very good website to get to just see a whole bunch of different, mostly open source projects. If only there was an app that could collect links like that. I was also thinking about the irony of me dropping that link before we have this set up. Dramatic tension indeed. Gotta head out now. Good luck. Thank you. It was nice seeing you, Tom. In hindsight, I should have just hit skip. But I honestly didn't think it would take this long. So we might just be hanging out and chilling for a bit. The good news is we have another hour left in the stream. So I have faith that we're going to be able to get this to finish and run in time, because we already learned most of the things. For those of you who are here for the end of Cloud Week, I was trying to get this hosted and running it on basically systems that were very similar to a Raspberry Pi, just in the cloud. So I know theoretically what to do. Time for a tangent. See, the tangent would be creating the tangent alarm sound, but... Trying to think if there's another... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that one needs a little bit more artistry to it, because I'm trying to have that like horrible meme alarm going in the background, and I want to make sure that that doesn't blow out anyone's eardrums. I'm fidgeting with a Bluetooth dongle that was in this Pi, because I fidget with things while waiting for loading bars. That's what I do. I'm trying to think. If this were towards earlier in Global Hack Week, I would have a lot more tangents. But y'all have really exhausted me on tangents here. I have half of a Monster Energy drink from yesterday. I could drink day-old Monster Energy, because having more caffeine always helps with sitting still and waiting for loading bars. I really should have just skipped this. We don't need the operating system to be up to date. We just need it to be able to run Python in the command line. Yes, that's God's honest truth. I'm assuming with regards to the caffeine. There's, oh goodness. This is where my fidgeting comes to bite me. Because I keep fidgeting with everything on my desk and then I keep dropping it. Wait, but haven't you been awake since like early? I was up at like 8 a.m. today. It's not that bad. It's just been kind of a wild week with both this job and my other job, scheduling both of those, hence the dark circles. But it is totally worth it. I love Global Hack Weeks. Is there anything? Oh! No, I would need to restart OBS to do that. This is where, if you've ever been at an in-person hackathon, judging is still happening and the organizers are up at the front of the stage. It's the end of the hackathon, everyone's tired, and they turn and they look at the audience and say, anyone know any good jokes? That's the moment that we're at right now. Any new YouTube videos that are good? Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. I basically have carte blanche now to do whatever I want in stream, because this is our stream project, and we finished all of our other stream projects for the week. Do I have like any? Have y'all ever played Balloon Tower Defense 6? Let me see if I can switch while this is installing updates. Oh no, I need to, okay. I'm gonna try opening up Steam. And I'll show you a game that I really like, I guess. Unless any of y'all can think of anything else to do. If you have any questions, I can like see stream viewership dropping and I understand why. This is literally watching paint dry, the live stream. Are there any projects that we've started that we haven't finished? Not that I can think of recently. We're trying to finish the project that we started. Yeah. I think that literally the best and only thing we can do is just watch this loading bar right now. I have Steam loading when that installs. Nah, laser focus this in last Global Hack Week. Yeah. Now, I will be honest. This Global Hack Week was meant to have a second project in it. But I did not understand asynchronous functions well enough to be able to write our first, write all of the things for the first one fast enough. I guess I can make some quick more changes to this. Okay. Oh, I was also going to decrease the cost of channel point rewards. Because I realized that it requires basically watching more than 2 streams to redeem a channel point reward. And most channel point rewards are 4 live streams, which is just way too much. I finally did the math again. So I'm decreasing everything to 220. No, 250. Yeah, 250. Oh. Except for Rickroll, which is, and Metal Pipe, which are staying the same. But theoretically, this should allow people to use channel point rewards more. If they're too frequent, then I can go back and change them. when I did the Twitch recap, I saw that I watched like 312 hours of MLH streams in 2023. I mean, I think that that is wonderful. I am always very happy when you show up to a stream. You're an active and vibrant member of the community. Okay, I'll half Metal Pipe down to 2,500. But Rickroll's staying the same at 25,000. Should it? No, I'm gonna drop it down to 10,000. And we'll see. This is my like new channel point economy. Now that people have blown through some of their accumulated channel points, I think that this is reasonable. Wait, I don't think we set up Bonk. 404 will be happy with the Metal Pipe decrease and Rickroll too. They will, definitely. Does Bonk work? Let me double check. I think we're missing one right now, so we might add that. Yeah, no, Bonk does not work. Let me refund that. And let's add that. I'm going to switch scenes in OBS. It's still going to be installing updates in the background. We'll check on it in a bit. Ha! That's very funny, the way that the webcam works out. Oh, hello. Left yourself wide open to Metal Pipes and Rickrolls for the year? We'll see. We will see. Because theoretically, like, the inflation in the channel points economy has gone down. People have spent their, like, hordes of channel points. And now we're just at a point where, like, they get 220 per stream. Most people are broke on channel points. So I think those prices are okay. But we can always raise them later if we have to. What I am going to do is I'm going to take this and move it over to here. There we go. So you can still see the loading bar, and you can see that it hasn't changed. Oh wait, no, it has. We're actually kind of close. Great. We'll wait for that to finish loading. And while that is loading, we will find a good bonk sound. Perfect. I can't. There we go. That's what we're looking for. You were looking for... Oh, yes, I was looking for the camera filter for Bonk, and we couldn't find the camera filter. Okay, I think I know what we can do, though. I'm still going to get the sound effect and download that. I'm going to search for a bonk icon. Great. So now in Photopea. Hey, wait. Switch back to the Raspberry Pi. System is up to date. Okay. Restart. While this is restarting, I will continue my important work on Bonk. Chat is absolutely unreadable right now. Oh. Hey, okay. Let me do this. And as they say, ka-chow. No. Ka-chow. Okay. So we have our Raspberry Pi here. Wow, okay. Y'all are unreadable against this. Okay, we will deal with the accessibility concerns of this at a later time. For now, what we want to do is we want to go into our terminal, and we first want to mirror and download our project. Then I need to set up an environment variable, and then we need to set it to run. Okay. We then need to set it to run every time the Raspberry Pi is booted. Oh my goodness. I haven't had that happen in a long time. I feel like I'm back in like my elementary school computer lab where you click on something too many times and then it loads all at once a ton of different copies. And those were machines that ran Windows XP. There we go. Okay. No thank you, Firefox. Not right now. Ooh. Yeah, I don't... Maybe I've just gotten too impatient. The world's leading AI-powered... It doesn't need to be AI-powered, GitHub. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Okay. I am going to switch... to this, and I'm still going to be talking. I'm just going to... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, the only way I can see the Raspberry Pi is through OBS. But if it's showing on OBS, that means that it's revealing my passwords. Okay. I will do the best that I can. One sec. I need to grab my phone so I can... Wait. Oh, goodness. This is going to be so much harder than I was anticipating. I will be honest. I may or may not have greatly underestimated how difficult it will be to be doing dev work on a non-usual device. Also, yeah, that was pretty much GitHub Universe this year. Yeah, it makes me sad. Okay, okay, I'm looking for my password manager. Oh, that password is atrocious. Okay. Okay, that should be... Don't save. I don't know what the YDKJS books are. But yeah, I understand why anyone and everyone is upset about it. Not my projects, I'm looking for my repositories. Oh, you don't know JavaScript. Okay, I think it will legitimately be easier for me to copy and paste this code than it will be for me to actually, yeah, run the commands to download it. So if I just do this, copy, and then we open up programming. What? We no longer have idle installed by default? Notepad++ for Raspberry Pi. LeafPad. Okay, I have text editor. Okay, let's... I have so much mouse delay. Okay. It is not this hard usually when you aren't trying to also stream. Great. Okay. We have our file, save as. On our desktop, it is going to be called bot.py. We're going to save it. Great, we have bot.py. And now, the other thing that we need to do is create an environment variable folder, which I will also need that text editor for. Accessories, text editor. Now I will need to look on my computer. This would also be easier if I hadn't written this project to be jank. But you know me. My projects and jank go hand in hand. Oh no, okay. Ooh, that's rough. We have a lot more to write than I was expecting. We'll figure it out. I'm literally going to use a flash drive to transfer files across. Okay, give me a sec. I need to grab a flash drive. So I will now plug this into the last remaining open port on my Mac. And I will copy this file over onto it. Along with the environment variable. Okay, with that, I can now eject my drive and plug it into the Raspberry Pi. Come on. Hey! Okay. Great. Show hidden. We have our two files. I'm going to drag them to the desktop. Okay, I'm just going to trust that the .env is hidden, but it is there. I can now close out of that. Close out of that. Now we just need to install our dependencies, which is not going to be fun. Because you might remember that this is where we ran into all of our problems last time. Let's take a look at our bot. What does our bot use? We use all the Google ones. We use Twitch IRC. We use URL extract. We use decouple. Okay. I'm going to CD into desktop, which I really should have a subfolder in desktop, but you know, janktastic. Okay, we do have the .env file there. So now, pip install pip install Google Cloud APIs. Oh, this sucks. I'm very bad at this. Okay. Okay. Pip install Google API Python client Google auth http lib2 Google auth OAuth lib. Please work. Error. I know this is where we should set up a Python virtual environment. So that's what this is for. But we are literally setting this up to run one program. That was me. So I need to use a Python virtual environment. The last time I did that was Google Cloud Week, or was Cloud Week. Sorry, not Google Cloud Week. And it didn't go great. But we will jump in wholeheartedly. Python 3 -m venv. Actually, no. We are going to make a folder like civilized people. What I really should do is start learning that trying to make projects jankily never actually works out in the end. So I should just do them correctly the first time. But I have yet to learn that. So if I had created a virtual environment when I originally made this project, this would be much easier. Okay. So we're going to cd into link aggregator, Python 3 -m virtual environment. Let it do its thing. Are those Andean condors on the wallpaper? I have no idea. Okay. So we have our virtual environment. So now I run this code. to install the Google API Python client. Let's try this one first, one at a time. Error. I missed the word client. I put a space instead of a dash. Please. Hey! Okay, it's installing. Okay, that's our first one. Next, Google auth http lib2. Now, again, if I had done this right the first time, we would have a requirements.txt file, which we could just run and grab all of these for us. Oh, I mistyped that. OAuth lib. Great, okay. So now we have those. That should satisfy our Google requirements. Date time, which is built in. Now Python Twitch Chat IRC, which is the library that we were using. Python Twitch Chat IRC. Install Twitch Chat IRC. Hey, okay, that's installing. Python requests library. Requests. Great, we already have it. Okay, now we need URL extract and decouple, which I know that last time I installed the wrong decouple. Where we need pip install Python decouple rather than decouple. Did you install Python? Yeah, it's there. Are you talking about the requests library? I'm assuming you're talking about the requests library. Install Python -decouple. It's a /. I totally spelled decouple wrong, didn't I? Yep, I had an extra O. Let's try this. Hey, already satisfied. Okay. Now we just need URL extract. URL extract. Great. Okay, so now we can theoretically do /virtual environment /bin/python bot.py. Okay. Theoretically, this is running. If I go back into OBS, test message. Great, that's receiving. Now, if I drop the link, I need to grab it first. For Pi My Life Up, please work. Found link. Okay, now.
Good job.
Thank you. Theoretically. Okay. Let me switch back to screen sharing my non-Raspberry Pi screen. Great. And then I need to find... Actually, wait. I need to first find the spreadsheet. But once I have it, we can check to make sure that added correctly. MLH stream links. It worked. If I go into here and I drag this sheet over, you can see how to host Python scripts on a Raspberry Pi with dimmer, time, or date, time, link. It's running. So, with that, now we just need to make it so that it automatically reloads whenever we restart the Pi. So, there's a very easy way to do this that I'm not exactly remembering off the top of my head, but I will find. To the Google. How to run Python script on Raspberry Pi startup. What? Okay. Ah. Okay. So I found a wonderful guide on the Raspberry Pi forum. And I'm going to drop this link in chat so it can be saved by our helpful bot here. That is people talking about from the perspective of a beginner what you should and should not be doing and what is not useful. So you should use Raspberry Pi or Raspi config because this is what people are talking about. If you run it in other ways, it'll run every single time a terminal opens. And thus can be running many, many times. Or runs on boot up, so if you were to SSH in, it has edge cases. So for what we want to do of just running this as a server, this is how we want to do it. And also it's just so magnificent. I'm so glad. I will share the link to the sheet at the end of the stream. It'll be an ugly link, but you can start using that. And then as a future stream, I'll work on creating a nice, pretty front end system for it. So it has like a prettier link and a way for you to search and like sort by date and time, not using like front end code, but we can create a front end in Google Sheets itself. That'll be a future stream. We will keep working on this. But for now, let me switch this back to, wow, this is so much harder than streaming on one computer. Back to here, and I'll start implementing this. So I'm going to open up a new terminal. And in this terminal, we are going to sudo raspi-config. Great. Under system, boot/auto login. Wait. This is actually a bad choice. We should not use bash rc. Here's the actual real topic that you're supposed to use, according to the forums. Because what we are doing is the bad thing. So let me get out of that. Okay, and I should also switch the screen. Great. So we're looking for boot.pdf running a program at startup, a beginner's guide. So if I open this, hey, here we go. Okay. Oh my God, this is a beginner's guide? It's 49 pages. Okay. But it is everything. Selecting a method. Okay, so we want it to start on boot because that way it'll only start once. On login programs. Yeah, on login programs start as part of your command prompt initialization will also be started each time a terminal window is opened on the desktop, which is not what we want, because then we would have a bunch of different copies of the script running. So during boot, systemd, cron, rc.local. Selecting a method, use the flowchart. Okay. Desktop or command line. It is command line. During boot or every login, it's on boot. Any dependencies, services, or resources? No. It is its own dependency. No. Automatic restart on failure. Yes, we do need it to. Do I need it to have root access? No. So a systemd user service is what we're looking for. A systemd user service. Using a systemd service. Great. Okay, a per user service. Systemd allows unprivileged users to create and run their own services through any options, though any options that require root privileges cannot be used. Okay, great. Enable linger on the account. Okay. So I need to enable linger. sudo login control enable dash linger pi. Oh, that's the username. So in this case, it's dimmer. Great. Create the directory to hold your services. Is it literal user? I think that would need to be the username. Okay. And we want to start a service after the network is up. Okay. Let's create this service. Okay. I'm going to move to the desktop. Then I'm going to nano my service.service. Great. Unit service unit service install. Wow, I cannot type. Install. There we go. Okay. The unit section contains generic information about the service. The service section contains information specific to the service and its type. And the install section is where services are enabled or disabled. Okay. So in the unit section, we give it a user readable description. Description equals Twitch link aggregator. And I never know if aggregator is 1 or 2 G's, but we're just running with it. Then wants. Space separated list of all units wanted by the service. It does not need any other services. And it does not need anything to be started after. Okay, so great. That's the unit section. Now we're on to the service section. We set type equal to simple. Restart. Specifies whether and under what circumstance the main process will be restarted. On failure, user dimmer working directory great. And then install for most custom run at system start services wanted by equals multi user.target. Which that theoretically... Do you need an on boot? Theoretically, this is the on boot. The wanted by multi-user on target. I think, if I'm reading this documentation correctly. Yes, I believe that that is what makes it on boot. So now if I write out and exit and copy it, cp my service to config okay, and now dash dimmer daemon reload, please. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, we put that in the wrong spot. So we actually need to make directory -p .config. It literally is user, not my username. .config /systemd/user. Great. And now we're going to copy it. Into there. And then we're going to reload the daemon. Daemon. Great. Please. What? Failed to connect to bus. Let's take a look at the documentation for that error. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong here. I didn't actually tell it what to run. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time again. Config systemd user. Please, okay. Oh, it's unwritable. So what we actually need to do, we need exec start, which goes somewhere. Where does that even go? What did I miss? Oh no. Okay. Creating it. Yeah, okay, I missed the most simple thing. Exec start equals slash desktop slash link aggregator slash vnv slash bin slash python bot dot py dash u. Okay, I think that should now work. Theoretically. 5 minutes. Slash u slash python -u. Okay. It's my home directory. Desktop. Link aggregator slash bot.py. That's boy. Oh no. Okay, this is write out, exit. Let's copy it. Might be because you have dimmer as the user in the actual file. Yes, so that's supposed to be the username. I think what I should just do is make this run as root. I'm trying to be all fancy and make it not run as root, but it can just run as root. It doesn't matter. Just gonna get rid of all of that and go back into our service here. 2 minutes, oh golly. We can just get rid of the user here. And we can honestly get rid of working directory because we have the full link paths above. Write out, exit. Sudo copy my service dot service slash etc system d system. Great. Sudo system ctl daemon reload. Okay. Sudo system ctl enable my dash service. Okay, now's the big test. We have 1 minute left. Okay, I've closed out of that. If I drop another link in chat, whoa, something's going way wrong with OBS here. I can see that like my audio and visual aren't in sync anymore. Ugh, I don't know what's happening. Wait, is there a bot.py at the end of that line in the file that you just closed? I believe so. Let me try running this. I know that this is not how you're supposed to troubleshoot. We're out of time. I paste this in here. I send the chat message. I go to the Google Sheet. And I hope it is not there. Which means it's not running. Okay, well, I guess this will be to be continued then. Oh, I seriously thought this would be an easy stream. I seriously thought it would be an easy stream to end out of the week. I probably typoed somewhere because I'm typing through OBS, through a second screen, through a bunch of compression, so I probably missed something. With that, this project will be back probably next month. Until then, happy hacking. Thank you all so much for coming. I believe that today, let me double check the schedule. So tomorrow is the last day. So, starting right now is the Chrome Dino mini event that'll be happening in the Discord. You can go there at discord.mlh.io. Until then, thank you all so much for coming. Sorry that this ended kind of anticlimactically, but I have definitely learned something, and I hope you have too. Until then, yeah, I'll see y'all next month. Bye, Shrey, bye, Shem, and happy hacking, yo. Bye.